I want to show you guys a simple way to catch some free bait at the pier using a sabiki rig. Stop spending money on going to the bait shop and buying all your live bait when you can just catch them yourself. If you have the time, this will save you a lot of money. Oh, I got a bite already. Hey everyone! So, our adventures have taken us all the way across the United States to Redondo Beach in Southern California. We had such an overwhelming amount of requests to fish here that we had to come and see what it's all about. Don't worry, this was all filmed in February, before the corona outbreak. What's up guys? We're here at Redondo Pier in California. I'm here fishing with my dad, my mom, my cousin David, Aaron. It's gonna be a good time. I've been told by so many people, we gotta come to California, we gotta try this pier. Well, here I am. And today, I've got a loose strategy where I'm gonna try and catch some little bait fish, and then I'm gonna try and live line that bait fish out. So I've got a sabiki rigs, salted squid, salted shrimp, and that's all I should really need to be able to catch my day's worth of bait. And we're gonna be using this bait to catch halibut. I'm not sure if we're gonna hit it, but if we're trying to catch them, this is a very effective method. We're here, we're trying, and we're gonna have a good day. Okay, so we're using these one-touch sabiki rigs, which are these tiny, tiny little, look how small that is. How tiny that is. Because the mouths of these bait fish are very small as well. So if they're too big, they're not even gonna bite it. Oh wow, this is very small. I think this is the smallest sabiki rig I've used. And I'll put a 1 ouncer on here. Just like that. And now, for a little bit of extra attraction, I'm gonna put a piece of our squiddy bits on. Just little bits, just for the scent. See, little pieces of squid, just like that. Just like that. You see how that fits on there? So my first step, anytime I hit the pier, is I take a look at the water. I see how deep it is. I kind of just do a lot of observing first, prior to doing the fishing. I look at the other fishermen. What are they throwing? What are they catching? What are they targeting? Especially when I'm in a new place. And it's been a while since I fished in California. I mean, I wouldn't really even consider myself ever really fishing California too hard. Other than when I was a kid, I used to go and catch some mackerel with my dad on the piers. But I want to hear from you guys. What kind of stuff do you guys catch on piers like this in California? Comment below some different techniques that you want to see us try. They're such little bites.
You feel them?
Yeah, I feel them. Just lift it up. I don't need to set it, I guess. Okay. And I'm just keeping it on the bottom, just bouncing it real slow up and down. That was the advice I was given. Look, they're at it. Oh my gosh. They're all right here.
Yeah, and that's deep, right in front of you. Can't see your room, can't see it.
There we go. So this is a jack smelt right here. And we're gonna put this live. Yeah, hold it. And you feel it touch the bottom. Do you feel the weight touching the bottom? Wait till you feel the weight touching the bottom. Feel it touching the bottom? If it's not touching the bottom, open it for more. And then if it's too much line, then reel it in so it's just bouncing. You want it to bounce like this. Feel it? You feel it?
Too big?
And you just want to very gently just shake it up and down like this. And then when the fish, just pick the tip up. You don't need to swing it up. They're so small, just pick it up, okay? I'm on. There you go.
a pretty big one.
No, it's not. What do you mean it's a pretty big one?
Well, bigger than some I saw.
Oh, that looks like a great little bait right there. Can I keep this in here?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I'll catch you some bait.
How are you?
Hi.
And now the key here to catching these little smelts is that these hooks need to be tiny, very small. They're called one touch. Because all you do, they touch it once and you lift it up and you got them. Look how tiny this is. Now, sabiki rigs come in all different sizes. This is the smallest one I've ever really used. The bigger they get, the bigger the fish you can target. Mackerel, I would use more of a medium-sized one, whereas if I'm catching these little smelt, I want to use these little tiny ones. It's important to match your sabiki rig size to the size of fish that you're targeting. If the bait fish that you're targeting are this big, you know, these little hooks this big are not going to do so well. You're going to need bigger hooks. There. All right. That's not big, Mom. These are just little bait fish. Look at that. I think people just fry this whole thing up and eat them like that. But we're going to try and use it for bait today. I mean, this is pretty fun. I like dropping it down for a little smelt.
I know.
This is fun.
David, this is yours.
Oh, yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to try?
I don't know where it is.
Over here.
I can just keep it in one spot and just barely move it and I'll get bites. I'm going to try shrimp on the bottom ones here.
Okay.
Alright, so we've got squid, but we also want to try our new salted shrimp as well. And the shrimp is different than regular shrimp because this is much tougher. You see? These are the jumbo ones. You just rip a bit off like that. We'll put these on the bottom. Little bits.
Little shrimpy bits.
Little shrimpy bits. Just like that. See that? Might be too small to even see, huh? So we've got squid on half of these sabiki rig hooks, and then shrimp on the rest. Bottom rig? Ah. Oh, I'm on one. They like this squid that I have, the salted squid that I put on here. I can just leave it there in one spot, and I don't even have to move it, and they'll bite it.
Big boy. Sardine.
That's not fair.
These fish look so good. You might eat them.
Go ahead. Oh, shit! Now, don't eat it again. It's dirty.
And a good way to attract some fish, bait fish into your area is what's called chumming. We're throwing bread balls into this hole right here, and fish are gathering and devouring this bread. And then we're dropping our sabiki rigs in the same spot that the fish are feeding. This is a classic way to attract fish to your line. Throw a bunch of small little baits that they can't really eat, because if you throw big chunks of bait, they'll get full. You want to throw little chunks that just disintegrate. So what did you make here, Mom?
It's a special cocktail. No,
What is it?
it's your McDonald's leftover muffin with cheese and the leftover oatmeal with nuts and
Okay.
chia seed. Really
I think
healthy.
it'll attract some fish. So what I'm just gonna.
Woo! See? Hey.
It's a seal. No way.
Where'd it go?
You don't want those around here. It's fun to see, but you don't really want those around here. They scare all the fish away, and you know it's fun to see, but you don't want them around.
That was loud.
Huh?
What was it barking at?
Barking at you. Yeah.
Why? What'd I do?
Because. There we go. That's the smallest one of the day. Wow, look at this tiny guy. Come in here and look at this. That one is tiny. This is a great bait size fish. If we can find any halibut, but there we go. I'm gonna get one like this right here. No? Let's put that on. When you put this on, you want to just barely hook it like that. You don't want to kill it, you want to just keep it right on the hook like that. Right here? Straight out. Alright, so when I stop getting bites in one area of the pier, I like to move around and find different areas because maybe there's more fish in this certain area during a certain stage of the tide. So we're trying here now on the other side of the pier using similar tactics. So it's February here in California, and I've been hearing from many of the local fishermen that it is just simply too cold for the halibut to be running. My cousin David is telling me that the fish finder rig is perfect for when they're here. But needless to say, we didn't catch any halibut this day. But that's just how fishing goes sometimes. Alright, and that's it. It was a great day of fishing. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get a halibut. I wasn't able to get anything of size. But guys, it's very different fishing here. I don't think it's going to be like... We were just in Sebastian, Florida catching some pretty monstrous fish. There's not really that many game fish around here. I mean, there's smelts, there's mackerel, there's different kinds of rays, leopard shark, some different kinds of rockfish. But it was pretty slow fishing at the pier today. That's just how it goes sometimes. We're going to try again tomorrow and see what happens. So, in summary, today I put on the little tiny sabikis to catch a bunch of little jack smelt bait fish. These bait fish are perfect bait for halibut, and pretty much it's a great bait fish in general. Now this technique doesn't only just work here in California, but it works pretty much every pier that I go to. I usually catch my bait like that first, hook it up, and throw it out. The key here was to have little tiny sabiki rigs. Little tiny hooks on the sabiki rig. I hope this was helpful to you. If you're going to a new place, a new pier, I suggest you try this out. If you're trying to save a little bit of money on buying some live bait, I suggest you try this out. If you're trying to catch some bigger fish, some bigger quality fish, I suggest you try this method out. Here at Hey Skipper, we want to help as many people get on fish as possible. We want to make learning how to fish easy. We do this by teaching you through videos like this, and we also have a bunch of crash courses online, heyskipperfishing.com. I've written a bunch of ebooks and a bunch of PDFs to help you guys get on fish. And I explain how to tie certain rigs, I explain how to tie certain knots, I explain how to fish certain areas, pier fishing, surf fishing. Check it out, heyskipperfishing.com. And our bait works really well here as well. The squid and the salted shrimp, it excels very well here in California. A lot of fish like to eat squid. And this salted squid, instead of having to throw away your frozen squid at the end of the day, you can keep this for a long time. That's the difference. When I buy frozen squid, I either have to refreeze it or I throw it all away and I waste $8. This bait will last you a long time. And if you want to try it for yourself, visit heyskipperfishing.com. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you next week.